If it is or if it ain't, it's gonna come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is March the 21st, 2022, and today the topic is a new mind for a new time. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope that you all had a great weekend. Mine was a little bit more than fine. It was a little bit busy, but it was good. It was a good weekend for me. Saturday was quite busy. Had an event to go to as Madam Miraculous. I went to go make slime at this school's festival, their spring festival and whatnot. And that was really, really nice to attend, observe, and be a part of. I might share a little bit more about that after the show. And then yesterday, I had another event with my business, Miracle Plays, and yeah, that was nice too. A cool family and everything that I, went to perform with and for. And yeah, it was a good time. But again, I might share more details in the after show in regards to those two events. But overall, yeah, everything was great. Everything went as I guess planned. And to God be the glory for the blessings and all things. So that's that in regards to the weekend. Yesterday, well, I guess I will go ahead and shout out that I received my first order from mombomb.com. So and I was able to try some of their products out and whatnot yesterday. And so I might give my full review afterwards, but I would just say everything is miracle approved. So if you're interested in their products, you can go to mombomb.com, but use the coupon code Miracle Sims for 10% off. Okay, don't forget to do that if you decide to go ahead and check them out. But I loved everything. If nothing else, like I said, I've said this in my groups and whatnot, so I guess y'all have to be in my groups to kind of get the full review and whatnot. But there is some stuff on my social media as well. Or at least on Instagram, I posted when I had the mud mask on and whatnot. And yeah, I had a whole little day to unwind yesterday because when I got back from my event, my husband and my son was gone. And I was like, well, when the boys are away, mom will play. So I had a whole mom bomb unwind experience yesterday. I used the shower steamer, soap, and the mask and everything like that. And I even woke up this morning feeling very refreshed. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mom Bomb. Check them out. Awesome, products and for an awesome cause. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. That's a little bit of a nutshell of my weekend. And I guess that alongside just thinking about what God has done for me, with me, for me, and through me, kind of led to this, I guess, conversation for today. I listened to the prayer meditation and everything, but unfortunately, like I said, I can't remember in this moment everything that was about. But a new mind for a new time. I just really do feel like God's just doing something right now. Like he's just going above and beyond my thoughts in regards to. I mean, I guess things are aligned with what I had in mind for my life, but still, I mean, I know there's a lot of things that goes beyond that as well. And so one thing I am thankful about that he's renewing my mind in a lot of areas. And because of that, I've been able to not only invest in myself and invest in other people and just, again, it just expand my mind into how to do different things. Yeah, I mean, again, y'all know about 2020. Y'all know, I mean, I think a lot of people had to kind of think of new ways or reinvent themselves in this time, or not even that, but for me, it was more so focusing on the things that God had put in my heart and mind. That's what 2020 did for me. It gave me the opportunity to be like, hey, you don't have nothing else to do but what I told you to do, which that's what I felt like God was saying to me at that time. And in doing that has just led to so many beautiful things. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful for everything that has been, put in place for my life. I'm thankful for, where I am right now. I'm looking forward to see where things go as well. But I'm not pressed though, y'all. I tell y'all all the time I'm content, and everything like that. Which, like I tell y'all all the time, again, is a huge thing for me to be in this place of contentment. Um, but regardless, I do understand that there's, I'm sure, more work to do and everything like that. There's probably more things God wants me to do and people to reach and just all those, those different types of things. And so, like I said, I'm thankful for where I am. I'm thankful for the people that God has placed in my life to encourage me and to support me and to, um, yeah, be there in this season, right? Speaking of, let me go ahead and just shout out. There's a young lady, y'all have heard about her and her business before, because I mean, technically she's a monthly supporter of me, but then she's also supported in several different aspects as well. She's purchased some of my books. She's given me shout outs. She's purchased wine. She's, again, and she's a monthly supporter as well. So, super, super thankful to her. Her name is Michaela, and she has a business called TTC Boutique, or Twice the Charm Boutique. And so I just want to give her a shout out. I know she gave me a shout out yesterday, but I just want to give her another shout out as well, because again, you just never know. Like, I met her years ago, and you just, not to say we weren't cool or something. I mean, we met at work and everything, and she was always nice and everything like that. But since the pandemic, we just became like so much closer. And, like I said, I just thank God for it, because you just never know, like, the people that you meet and who, who's going to bless you, who you can bless, like who you're going to become close to, and all those different things. So shout out to Michaela, man. I truly, truly appreciate you. I'm super excited for you and your endeavors as well. She has an event coming up around the corner. You guys can, if you guys are in Colorado, you can check out her event. She's relaunching or rebranding or something along those lines. So my apologies, sister, that I'm messing this up right now. But, check out ttcboutique.com for more information about her endeavors. And if you can, go to her event, and support and everything like that. And she's also taking vendors and whatnot as well. If you want to sponsor her event or be a vendor at her event, then check it out, check it out. So with that being said, again, God is doing something, right? And sometimes we got to get ready mentally for these things, right? So a new mind for a new time. That was the inspiration today. And so let's get into it. I mean, now on one hand, again, this conversation is not new, the Bible tells us repeatedly to renew our minds, But hey, let's just get into the word. Let's get into what it got to say. So 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." I think this is very important here. I tell y'all all the time, one of my pet peeves, y'all should know by now, right? Don't tell me you can't change. Just be honest and say you don't want to, because yeah, we have power, we have love, we have self-control. These are things that God has given us, not the spirit of fear or anything like that. I even had to put myself in check this morning. Like, I was kind of hesitant to ask someone a question, and I was like, well, God's not giving us the spirit of fear, and if it's meant to be or not meant to be, whatever the case is, I'm just still going to show love regardless of if the person answers the questions or not. But I'm not going to have fear to ask them, especially when it comes to this gospel and everything like that. So we're going to see where that goes and everything. But just a little reminder, don't fear. You have power, you have love, and you have self-control. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you." I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all have not tried it, you should totally try to just set your mind on the things of God, do his will, and see what it does for you. I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything perfect or that I got everything together, or that I'm just, every time I struggle or every time I wonder or have a doubt or feel, whatever case is, that I'm like, oh yes, I automatically, set my mind on the things of God. I think perhaps if I did start to do that, perhaps I have even more peace than I have now personally. But yeah, man, I mean, well, let me let the Bible keep talking to you. Here we go. Colossians 3:2. It says, set your minds on the things that are above, not on things that are on earth. So again, both of those verses are saying the same thing to me. We need to be keeping our mind on God, on heavenly things. And that's what's going to ultimately give us peace. I think that's why I have peace in this season right now, because again, I share all the time, but just in case, I mean, y'all know about me and my work situation. And I'm grateful. I'm thankful and grateful for the opportunities that I do get to work. Like I said, working this weekend at the other event, that was a blessing. And then even being booked to do my event through my own business yesterday was cool. And a huge blessing, great, great, great group that I, worked with yesterday. But I'm just saying, regardless of those things, God has still been working things out. He's been providing, like he's been, people have been sowing into me, whether it be directly or indirectly, by purchasing or whatever the case is. And that's another thing as well. God has saw fit for me to have things to purchase, that for a while, I have been thinking to myself, like, man, I would love to do this, love to do that. And now, like I said, 5 books in, I got the other investments in regards to the wine and, the nail polish and all those different things, again, my hustles from home, being able to invest in myself and other people. I don't know, y'all. It's just been a blessing. It's been a blessing. And I've just, so instead of worrying about money, right, and stuff, because I used to, get to the point where I'm kind of been, every month I would kind of get a little stressed, like when I was trying to pay bills or whatnot every month. Now, one of the goals and one of the things that I'm doing, by the grace of God, I've been able to put everything on auto payment. Because my husband, that's one thing that we changed in the midst of this pandemic, and I was kind of hesitant, because at the same time, I was like, well, am I going to have the funds for the auto payment, but God has been providing. We've been, doing the plan. We've had a general, okay, this is what you should put in a week in order to take care of this. And God has been showing up and showing out. And even if I don't put it in every week, I've been able to put in, even, I'm just saying, y'all, God can go above and beyond your mind and your thoughts. So set your mind on him, let him do his work, and let him do what he do. If you haven't tried it, I suggest you try it. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, we destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. I was listening to an old juice. It had to have been like last year or something like that. I think it was sometime last year. And I was talking about this same kind of thing. I was talking about Papa Ray. I think it was Papa Ray. I believe so. I was talking about Papa Ray and the things that he was saying to me. That's, along these same lines of taking every thought captive. Again, like I said, if we really try to practice keeping our minds on spiritual things, keeping our minds on God and things that are above, then again, I mean, like I said, we're just putting into practice this word here, take every thought captive to obey Christ. So yeah, regardless of what it is, it's like, take that thought captive. Like, as soon as that thought comes into your mind, take it captive. I mean, I don't know if you want to say, what would Jesus do? But yeah, that might be a good way to start. Here's the thought. What would Jesus do? Papa Ray laid it out as well, but unfortunately, I'm only using one device this morning, so that's the elephant in the room right now. Because these other devices wasn't charged thanks to my son. But anywho, but yeah, let's take every thought captive, y'all. And again, if you haven't tried this, try it. Um, I need to personally probably do this a little better. You know what I'm saying? Like every thought, you know. So yeah, this is a challenge for all of us this morning, in my little humble opinion. Romans 1 and 28 says, and since they did not see fit to acknowledge God, God gave them up to a I don't know what I wrote. I'm sorry. So a something mind to do what ought not to be done. I don't know if it's debased. It looked like I wrote debased, but that doesn't sound right. Hold on. To a my apologies. Stop laughing at me, mama. But anywho, y'all can look that word up yourself here. It's in Romans 1 and 28. Gave them up to a something mind to do what ought do what ought not to be done. So technically this is pulp, this is something that, we might not like, to know that if you're not doing the will of God and if you're not going to acknowledge God, then he's going to give you up to this, whatever this word is, mind, to do what ought not to be done. But again, we can see this, right? Can you see this operating in our lives right now? Like, can you see this all around us? People often wonder, like, well, why does God let bad things happen, to good people, whatever the case is? And again, there's cause and effect. There's, what's the other scenario there? I can't think of it right now, but yeah, let's just go with cause and effect, y'all. They're just cause and effect. Like if people make certain choices, certain consequences are going to come from those choices. And why are people making choices like that? They're not acknowledging God, right? And so because of that, what is the moral compass? What is the measurement of good versus evil? Like if people in their mind sometimes like they'll do straight up evil things and think it's good, and in their mind is good, So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the downside to not trusting God and not, allowing him to renew your mind and allowing him to lead you, guide you in your life. Um, but yeah, so just a little poke this morning, and just in case you don't like that or whatever, but that's what the word says. Now, Romans 8 and 6 says, for to set the mind on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace. There you go. There you go, y'all. I mean, those are the options. Obviously, everybody has, the free will to make their own choice and everything like that. No judgment from me, y'all. The Bible does plenty of that. God's going to do plenty of that and whatnot. That's his job and whatnot. I'm just here sharing what I've learned and read this morning. And I hope that it encourages you and it inspires you, because that is the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Jeremiah 29 and 13. It says, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your hearts. Y'all can let all of this stuff marinate, y'all. There's plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section as well. I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Before I let you go, I have to let you know that I am now a brand ambassador for boldfaithcosmetics.com, where faith and beauty intersect. Friends, they have the awesome purpose of wanting to just bring inspiration through makeup. I think that is amazing, and I hope that you all check out their awesome lip colors and so much more. So visit boldfaithcosmetics.com and use the coupon code MIRACLE for 15% off. That's MIRACLE for 15% off.